Hi, my name is Jazmine Graza and I'm the editorial intern for www.ocregister.com/opinion. Recently, the State Court of Appeal has issued a ruling that basically outlaws homeschooling. 2 Republican appointees and 1 Democratic appointee argue that parents do not have the constitutional right to homeschool their children. In addition, they stated that the primary purpose of the education system is to train school children in good citizenship, patriotism, and loyalty to the state. Right now, the California Education Code does not directly address the legalities of homeschooling, so homeschool families may face serious trouble unless this decision is overturned by the state Supreme Court. One bit of good news. California Superintendent of Public Instruction Jack O'Connell said there would be no changes to his department's policy, saying that parents still have the right to homeschool. To find out more about homeschooling and how it works, I visited the Rispoli family in Santa Ana. The Rispoli family invited us into their home to share a little bit of everyday life as a homeschool family. Watch.
My name is Joe Rispoli, and this is my wife Rhonda. We will have been married 20 years come April 30th of this year. We have 3 beautiful daughters, Nicole, who's 16, Renee, 14, and Courtney, who is 12. 5 years ago, we decided, after we left private education, to go into homeschooling because we felt that was a better option as far as our parental roles, our values to be instilled with our children, our godly Christian values. And so what a better way than to do that and impart those values to our children through homeschool education, to be in charge of their education as far as academically, where they could be strong and have a smaller classroom setting. 2 years ago, we heard of a program at Spirit Academy, and it's a school that is a blend between traditional education and homeschool education, where our children are able to go 2 days a week, get classroom instruction, get the benefit of socialization and a classroom experience, being with other students, part of a school to where they have team sports, school dances, but at the same time allows us to homeschool the other 3 days of the week. And my wife, she does that the other 3 days of the week. I'm actually the principal of Spirit Academy, which is in Tustin, California. And we have where they come in half the week, they get their lesson plans, they get their classroom instructions from teachers, and the rest of the week when they go home with their lesson plans, my lovely wife, just like all the other parents, they're at home to ensure that they're following along the program and doing all their assignments.
A lot of people think that for homeschooling you can just sleep in and do your schoolwork in your jammies, but that's not the case for us. We have to get up around a certain time in the morning, usually around 8, and we try to come out for like family devotions, and then we get started with our schoolwork, and we just have to get dressed, and it's not like you just laze around and get up whenever you want. You are on a schedule.
I do softball, and I've been doing it for about 5 years, and usually after my homeschooling or on the days that I do go to school, I usually go straight to softball, and then I would come home for dinner. It's like a schedule, like something close to that.
I think that homeschooling is really fun because you get to be with your parents, and you get to have that comfort of home during school, and you also get to have friends at school and get the good teaching with all the other classmates and get different ideas other than yours.
At Spirit Academy, we do all the testing, we do all the grading, we participate in the SATs, the PSATs, the plan test, the ACT test.
The nice thing about it is that we don't go every single day of the week, so if you want to have your students double up on a particular day, then you can take, let's say, a Monday and have a field trip day, or go to Disneyland, or we have some classes like rock climbing where they can schedule a trip and go rock climbing together, and it's lots of fun, and the parents can enjoy going along on that if they choose to as well.
As far as looking at the ruling, which happened a couple weeks ago, because we do have homeschool attached to our program, we have a huge concern about what they're going to decide ultimately in the next couple of years and how that would affect our program. But being that we've sought accreditation, we think that we're protected from that. As far as all the other homeschoolers that are out there, we know that if they're not connected to some type of program that has some type of legitimate accountability, we understand that they're at risk. But we do feel strongly that parents should have the right to have a say-so in their child's education, and a credential should not make the difference between that. So to make this type of ruling that was going to blanket and affect so many homeschool parents, I think is unfair. And at the same time, I don't think that homeschooling is for everybody. I particularly don't believe that this ruling is going to stand. I think there's too much against it, and currently what's going on in the state of California with this current budget crisis, it's no wonder why the state superintendent is against this ruling as well, because if they're going to, just out of Santa Ana, they just announced that they're going to probably lay off almost 600 teachers. If that goes through, where are they going to put those children? So if they were to shut down or come after homeschoolers, and you've got anywhere between 150 to 200,000 children that are homeschooled, where are you going to put them? There are no places for them to go. The schools are already maxed out. So I don't believe that this ruling is going to stand, and it shouldn't stand irregardless anyways, because parents should have a right to do what they want with their child's education.
They love it and we love it, and it's a great opportunity. And again, like my husband was saying, it's not for everybody, but for those who enjoy it and who can really glean from it, it's a great program. And I would hate to see that taken away.